Hey, folks. I had no intent of recording another video, but Kodra, my friend and also uh, compatriot with the AggroChat podcast, just posted something to our internal Slack asking about map vendor recipes. Um, yeah, no, there's absolutely a bunch of vendor recipes. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. Okay, so maps have tiers, obviously. Um, there are multiple ways to get maps that you're missing. So the easiest one is there's a 3-to-1 vendor recipe that allows you to trade 3 maps of one tier for a map of a higher tier. Um, so that's one way. There's also some currency. Harbinger orbs reforge a map to another of the higher tier. Uh, Horizon orbs reforge a map of the same tier. And what that means is if you come over here and if I remove the 2 void stones that I have, you can see what what they call the natural tier of a map is. So here's the ones and the twos. Um, Normally when you're in a map, so like if I'm running dunes, dunes can drop mesa, residence, or plateau, or there's some other situations where other maps can drop, but naturally it can drop connected maps. So there's 3 connected maps. So if I am missing residence, but I have a ton of dunes maps, I could run dunes over and over and over until I get residence. And then I can run residence over and over until I get cage map, and so on and so on and so on. So vendor recipes. Um, so I grabbed all the Barrows maps out of my stash tab. So every map has a unique identifier associated with it. So this map is different from this map, is different from this map, because once you craft on a map, it becomes a unique object. So that means if I want to get a specific map from a different tier, I can sell these 3 maps and it's going to give me stagnation. But if I sell these 3 maps, it's also going to give me stagnation. It's a bad example. Um, okay, so I'm selling these 3 and it gives me dunes. Or these 3 and it gives me wasteland. So you have to play with a combination of maps that you're trying to sell until you find the right combination that gives you the map you're after. So, across the top, that gave me mineral pools. We'll go tic tac toe, grave trough. So basically, like if you have enough of one map, you can almost always guarantee that you can get any map of the next tier. So, horizon orbs and harbinger orbs. So if I want another map of tier 1, I can apply a horizon orb to it. So Barrows becomes arena. But again, like I said, it is only going to do this for natural tiers. And what I mean by that is by the time I put my 2 void stones back in, you'll see that plateau for me now is a tier 8 map. But if I apply a horizon orb to a tier 8 plateau, I'm going to get another tier 1 map because its natural tier is 1. And the same is true with horizon orbs. So we'll take this arena again and I'll apply a harbinger orb to it, and it's going to give me one that's basically a map tier 2. So I got stagnation. I got a tier 2 map. Um, Other than that, that's really the only options that you have for um, maps. You the only other way to occasionally get a different map is one of the outcomes from applying a Val orb is to get a different map tier. That is unpredictable. I would never do that to attempt to get a map. Kirak, every time you run a mission, I think it refreshes his inventory. Um, so he will have a stack of maps that he will sell you. So you can sometimes get maps that you're needing through that. Um, anyway, that is vendor map recipes. If you're watching, hopefully you enjoyed it. But mostly, this is going to go to Kodra. Bye.